Hello, I'm Olivia, one of your librarians here at Jefferson College, and today we're going to discuss how to search and access articles from the St. Louis Business Journal. For most of our library databases, you can get instant access to all the content just by being on campus or logged into MyJeffco. But this resource works a bit differently, so I'm going to walk through it for you all today. So there are multiple different ways that you can get to the library's resources, but we're going to go the MyJeffco route today. So under the menu options, you can click on the Library tab, and then this fourth drop down here, the Discovery Journals, Magazines, Books, and Databases, has all the links that you can use to get to our library databases and resources. And since we know what database we want to use, we can click on the databases A to Z list, and this is going to take us to an alphabetical list of all of the different databases and resources that the library has. So we can just click on S up top here, and then scroll down and click on the St. Louis Business Journal. In case you aren't familiar with the St. Louis Business Journal, it's a trade publication, which is a type of popular source that covers all kinds of business and economics related topics and news in and around the St. Louis region. And while the print version of this journal comes out weekly, the website here is updated multiple times a day with new articles. And there are a few different ways to view these articles on the site. One thing you can do is click on these three lines up here, and this is going to give you a nice concise list of all the different industries and topics that are frequently discussed in this publication. Things like food and lifestyle or technology. And if we click on one of these industries, we can see a list of all of the most recently published articles that are discussing this industry, as well as a bunch of different subcategories that you can choose from. And then up here in the right-hand corner, you'll notice a little magnifying glass, and you can click on this to search the site in general. So if you have a specific company in mind that you need to look for, or an industry that doesn't really appear in the list, you can search for it this way. So as an example, we'll take a look at Boeing. So when you conduct a search like this, the site is going to default to showing you everything that it has that references your keyword that you searched. If you want to look at a specific kind of information, you can choose from things like news articles, lists, people that are associated with it, events associated with it, and companies associated with it as well. But it's going to default to everything. And since everything contains everything, there are a lot of results. So it's helpful to check out the filters over here on the left-hand side so that you can narrow down your results to what you actually need. So for one thing, you can limit the date range for when articles were published with this date range filter. And this is super helpful if you just want to see the most current, up-to-date information, or perhaps if you are looking for an article that was published in a specific issue of the business journal. So generally with this publication, articles are published on the website before they're published in print. So just keep that in mind when you are choosing your date range here. Below that here, you can see the company names that come up a lot in these articles. So when we started, we just did a keyword search for the word Boeing, which means the site pulled up literally any article that has the word Boeing in it. If you choose a specific company name right in here in this list, that means that you're way more likely to get results that are discussing that company at length. I do want to point out though that if you actually want more like strict company specific information, you can check out the companies tab up top. If you go here and you click on the Boeing company, for example, you'll basically get a quick overview of some important information about the company, as well as articles right beneath it, all in one place. So if we go back to our original results page, there is also a similar filter here for people. So these are names that come up frequently in these articles. So if there's a specific person that you want to find information about, you can select them here. And find the articles that discuss the company in reference to this person as well. The industry tab right here may also be helpful to you if you want information on a particular topic and how it's discussed in a particular field or industry. Choosing the industry from this list is a solid place to start. So once you've chosen an article that interests you, you do have a couple of options for accessing it. As I mentioned earlier, the St. Louis Business Journal does require some special workarounds for access. So even if you get to the site from our website or MyJeffco, you still won't be able to immediately read the articles you find because they'll appear to be behind a paywall. And that's pretty different from how a lot of our other databases work. So if you do find an article that you want to read, you can do one of two things. You can either contact your instructor for assistance, or you can email us here at the library to request the article. You'll just want to email refdesk@jeffco.edu with both the title of the article and the author of the article, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And that'll do it for us today. One last thing to keep in mind, research is a process. It isn't always straightforward. It may involve taking the time to familiarize yourself with the resource and doing some strategizing for your search. So if you ever find yourself stuck or in need of assistance, please come visit us at the library or contact us through one of these methods.